Hi everyone, my name's Alex Gomez and today is the 13th of August and currently I'm here in Hong Kong doing my 14-day quarantine. Now before today there was a lot of trouble, not trouble but a lot of travel restrictions or travel requirements coming into Hong Kong and it was quite a journey. So I left Bali or Denpasar airport on last Friday. And I came to, and my flight was going from Bali to Jakarta, and then Jakarta to Hong Kong. And as before you go into the Bali National Airport, because the international airport is closed in Bali, there's no flights going out. The government required you to do a COVID test. So the COVID test, I thought that could be done in Bali. I thought that should apply. I thought it was the same test that could be applied to the one in Hong Kong. Apparently not. But anyhow, so I got on the plane. I went to Jakarta with that rapid test. When I was in Jakarta, I had a connecting flight to go to Hong Kong. But unfortunately, they required what they called a swab test. So I spent Saturday getting my swab test done, cancelled that flight, and I had to book another flight for the Sunday to come into to go to Hong Kong. So after all the documents were checked, it was a 5-hour flight. I arrived in Hong Kong on Sunday night, and I stayed. Went through a certain process in Hong Kong, another test, and they put me in a hotel. The Hong Kong government put me in a hotel in Kowloon City overnight to see if I tested positive or negative. Obviously tested negative, but the next stage would be after you've done the initial test, you can't go home, you can't go anywhere. It's pretty much, you have to go to another hotel that you've designated, that you've booked for 2 weeks, and practically you're quarantined there for 14 days and you cannot leave the room, and there's no human interaction with any of the hotel staff, anyone from the hotel. Pretty much I've been here alone for the last couple of days, and food gets dropped off at the hotel and so forth. So look, that's that's the latest update. Now moving forward, after the 14 days, I will be applying for my business visa into China. Not a holiday, not a visitor visa, but this will be a working visa, which is the one I always get. And working visas are allowed to go into China if you have obviously the intent to go there for business. So I will be going to China in probably 14, maybe after the 14-day quarantine, and probably it'll take anywhere from 3 to 4 working days to get the visa. Once I get the visa, I'll be making my way into China, and we are going to get the Dune Pro case started. We are going to be delivering the cases to those that backed it, and it's exciting time. So all those that are doubting, all those that think, oh, Alex is stuck, or why can't he go to China? There are a lot of reasons why I need to go to China. And as much as I want to, we can always get an auditing company. There's a lot of things we can do. But, with the limited resource that we have, and the pricing of the case, the resources are very limited, right? And we're not a big company. And on top of that, we need to train, or we need to assess the person that needs to go in to make those assessments for us, on behalf of us. And that takes time. And while we do have someone in China that's a project manager, that person really doesn't have the experience to make those assessments on the assembly line and so forth. So, he can have a look at the product, he can report it, but based on that, there's just a lot more that needs to be done in person. So, easy to say when it's easy to say, oh, get someone to do it. But when you have, our campaign's nearly $1 million worth of sales, and you're going there, I mean, you really have to negotiate with them to make sure and ensure that the product comes out the way you wanted it. What you don't want is you press the green light and then all the negotiation starts once the problems happen. That's what you don't want to happen. So I've been in manufacturing for a while, and I've worked with a lot of different people in manufacturing and in previous projects that I've done. And it's the golden rule. You just need to, if you're a small team such as us, this is a huge responsibility to give to someone to pass the production. And if it doesn't go as promised, the only thing you can do is maybe you probably have to, if the production doesn't come out the way you wanted it, the responsibility lies upon me. And I don't want to take those mistakes. I don't want to be responsible for that mistake. So we're trying to eliminate as much risk as possible to prevent this from happening. All right, so we are going there, and it's looking quite good. And as I said before, there's been comments on why does he have to go in? How come he can't get it out? We've seen other things out there, they can get it. Well, it's very simple. We are building something for mass production, right? We're not building a 1, we're not building 5, we're not building 10, we're building for mass production. And to get mass production right, it takes time and it takes a lot of money. And a lot of the backers' money has been invested in molds and in material to make the product. Now, the molds are very expensive. And I've constantly said that over and over again. It is expensive. And but when you have a mold, you can produce, you can stamp these things out very easy and very quickly. To get 1,000 to 2,000 units would be very easy for us to do with the mold. Now, if you're going to use a CNC method, which is like a computer-controlled milling machine, if you use the CNC method, the whole thing out, well, yeah, your production time is going to be very, very slow because a drill is milling out all the metal. So I believe the direction we're taking this is the right direction. It's also, allowed us to keep the costs down to make the Dune case and go with the mass production approach using molds. I'm very, very excited that we are going to have the Dune Pro case out to everyone very soon. So to all our backers, to all our sponsors, supporters, and potential distributors out there that have really got a lot of interest worldwide, that is, we have a lot of interest worldwide from people that want to be distributors. We are going to be delivering this very, very soon. And I hope that everyone can just hold on just a little bit longer and support us. And support us in delivering this case. So hold on, guys. We're nearly there. I'm in Hong Kong. I have to do my quarantine. I'm going to get my China visa, and I'm going to cross the border and get this case out to everyone. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported us so far. Thank you for your patience. I know it's very, a lot of people paid for this back in months ago, and they're patiently waiting for this product. It is coming now. We're going to bring it to life, guys. And we hope to see you soon on the next update. Thank you.